Hi folks, my name is Nicola Brown. Welcome to Cashmere. This video shares with you one of the favourite small eucalyptus trees that I have growing here in the garden behind the house. The reason it's one of my favourites is that for an eco printer or a natural dyer, it releases wonderful red colour with less processing time necessary to achieve bright red. Many eucalyptus trees, the leaves only give red after 4 to 5 hours boiling or steaming. But this smaller tree, called Eucalyptus parvifolia, actually gives wonderful red prints in an eco-printing pot without traditional powdered mordants. It gives these prints after only 2.5 hours, sometimes a little bit sooner, so between 2.5 hours I would say. And I find it's just wonderful to be able to grow your own vegetation in a temperate climate such as Ireland. Clearly eucalyptus come from warmer climates, Australia, but to be able to grow my own vegetation here for the studio is fantastic. So I'd like to just give you a closer look at this particular eucalyptus, and I will show it to you from a distance so you can see that it is actually a smaller tree. And I'll wrap up this short little video with an example of some felt or some clothing that has been eco-printed, including Eucalyptus parvifolia leaves. In the garden behind my house at Cashmere and outside the garden studio, which you can see there in the background, I have planted a large selection of eucalyptus trees. I think you can see here how tall some of them are. The tallest have actually only been growing here for 4 years, which seems pretty incredible when I consider how much they've grown over that period of time. But many of you may not have as much space as I have, and you may indeed just want to plant one tree in your garden, which you will subsequently be able to use for natural dyeing and eco-printing yourselves. And I recommend the best tree for this is the one I'm walking up to now. This smaller tree, it still grows quickly here in Ireland, but this is Eucalyptus parvifolia. And as you can see, it's nothing like as tall as the other trees. And it's also got branches low down with vegetation. So that's really, really handy when you're gathering vegetation. It's nice to be able to just walk straight up to it and actually pick it fresh from the tree. You can lop it, you can top it to make sure that it doesn't grow too tall. And this particular tree will just continue to give you wonderful foliage. You can actually see there's a bit of a branch there where I did prune it recently. You can see there that butty bit. I pruned that because I wanted to use a lot of fresh vegetation in the studio, and pruning the tree was a great way of getting that vegetation. Now every part of this tree actually prints, so from the leaves through to the seed pods, the flowers print. It's just wonderful. The little twigs print. And I'm also always looking, just a tip for you, if you have trees, eucalyptus trees of any description, I always look on the ground as well. So you can see here, this is from a different eucalypt. This particular one does not give nice reds like the Eucalyptus parvifolia. However, this will give interesting colour in the dye pot. It will just enhance the pot liquid. So I would save all these pieces and I would store them for future use. This large piece of wool has been printed with Eucalyptus parvifolia leaves and windfall eucalyptus bark. This felt bag I created as a demonstration bag for a recent eco-printed and sculptural felt workshop, which I facilitated online. This bag was printed using parvifolia and a few random Eucalyptus gunnii azura leaves also. If you're interested in following my adventures online, if you've enjoyed this video and would like to pick up more hints and tips about eco-printing, developing a sustainable textile practice, or maybe just enjoy a little glimpse of life in rural Ireland, please consider following me on Instagram, Facebook or Pinterest. At Clasheen will get me, and I look forward to seeing you there.